Welcome to Wealth Through Stories. Today we're going to focus on the key element of story. Most of the stories we've focused on are fun, inspirational stories. Sometimes, through the inspirational stories, we focus on the fun part of our story and miss the key element of story. It is the element that connects us to our listener more than anything else. If you're a speaker, it's often used to build up to the turning point in our story. It is what people will remember. This was brought home to me when I stepped into the local UPS store to mail a package. Since they had just switched to an online service, one of the workers saw me typing in my contact information and said, "Did you and your husband speak at a church Valentine retreat 5 years ago?" I responded with, "I didn't realize that was 5 years ago already, but yes, we did." He chuckled and said, "The only thing I remember was when you told how you traded chickens for a pair of shoes." I couldn't believe that is what he remembered. As we were training, my husband impulsively commented that there are times he had to drag me to the store to buy shoes. I realized that many men wish they had this problem. I said, "In all fairness, I need to tell you the backstory on this." Growing up in a hard-working farming community in Midwest Canada in the early 50s, life was more about surviving. Once a year, my sisters and I would help Mom catch a couple of hens, kill them, pluck them, wash them, and do all the necessary preparation. This process at best would take several hours and often part of a 2-day event. Then, when we completed our tasks, we would take them into town to trade for a pair of shoes. Although I appreciated the new pair of shoes, I decided this was way too much work. I would much rather go barefoot. That worked in the summer, but certainly not in the dreadful winters. As I stepped out of the UPS store and reflected on this fun interaction, I couldn't help but wonder why this story was what the man remembered. And then I knew it was related to the most important element in story. It is conflict. Although this tall, handsome African-American man's circumstances were different than mine, I know he connected with the hard work and tough times he endured while growing up. Every great story has conflict. It is through conflict, pain, and problems that we connect with one another more than anything else. Below, I would love to hear how the conflict you have recently experienced created a turning point for you. Perhaps it was as simple as changing your perspective on something. Keep in mind that every experience, big or small, is all part of our story, and your story matters.